Hi there, I'm Riaz and I'm happy to have you visit the Automation Pro channel. Together we will learn, mostly through watching videos on subjects like Java, Selenium, JavaScript, Playwright, etc. Automation Pro recognizes the limitations of simply screen capturing movies, which is why it provides rich graphic films to give you better content. Tutorials are not enough to enrich your learning. Automation Pro offers a platform to answer all your questions and utilizes a testing practice site. All videos in Automation Pro are made with love. We appreciate your subscription and being part of our family. Thank you. So in this first tutorial, I'm gonna tell you the differences between Playwright versus WebDriver.io. So let me play the presentation. So what is Playwright? Playwright was created specifically to accommodate the needs of end-to-end testing. Playwright supports all modern rendering engines including Chromium, that is for Google Chrome, WebKit for Safari, and Firefox. Testing on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS locally or on CI or CD tools like Jenkins or Bamboo like that. Headless or headed with native mobile emulation of Google Chrome for Android and mobile Safari. WebDriver IO versus Playwright. What are the differences? So what is WebDriver IO? WebDriver or Selenium 2.0 JavaScript bindings for Node.js. WebDriver IO lets you control a browser or a mobile application with just a few lines of code. Your test code will look simple, concise, and easy to read. What is Playwright? It is a node library to automate Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit with a single API key by Microsoft. It enables cross-browser web automation that is evergreen, capable, reliable, and fast. Why Playwright is faster? To understand how Playwright's architecture works, we will compare its work with that of Selenium. Selenium sends each command as an independent HTTP request and receives JSON responses. Each interaction, such as opening a browser window, clicking an element, or entering text into an input box, then is sent as a separate HTTP request, as you can see in the image on the right hand side. This means we have to wait longer for responses and increases the chances of errors. Instead of communicating with each driver through a separate WebSocket connection, Playwright relies on a single WebSocket connection to communicate with all drivers, which remains in place until testing is finished. This allows commands to be sent quickly on a single connection, thus reducing the points of failure, as you can see in the image on the right hand side. So coming back to WebDriver IO versus Playwright, WebDriver IO and Playwright can be categorized as browser testing tools. Some of the features offered by WebDriver IO are extendable support for the WebDriver specific as well as to APM, that is for mobile devices testing, easy test setup. On the other hand, Playwright provides the following key features: node library, headless supported, enables cross-browser web automation. WebDriver IO and Playwright are both open source tools. Playwright with 10.9k GitHub stars and 282 forks on GitHub appears to be more popular than WebDriver IO with 5.58k GitHub stars and 1.63k GitHub forks. Pros of Playwright versus WebDriver IO. As we can see in this image, we have many pros in Playwright compared to WebDriver IO. Cons of Playwright versus WebDriver IO. We can see that Playwright is having three cons, whereas WebDriver IO is having only one con, that is high maintenance. The rise of Playwright framework. While Playwright is new to the market, it already has several features that make it a strong competitor. People who want to migrate from Selenium to Playwright can do so quickly since Playwright support C Sharp, Java, and Python. Programmers aren't limited by their language. Playwright's first release was in January 2020, and it has gained popularity ever since. We can check out in this website as well. Playwright testing data based on developer satisfaction, interest, usage, and awareness. So coming to satisfaction, since 2020, Playwright has shown a consistent level of satisfaction among developers and testers, that is 93%, as per both 2020 and 2021 survey. It is taken from the source which is present in the below URL. Whereas coming to interests, the interest is using the Playwright testing tool by developers and QA testers has also shown consistency, that is 70% as per both 2020 and 2021 survey. Coming to usage, as Playwright is comparatively new testing framework, it has shown a significant increase in its usage by developers and testers from 3% in 2020 to 10% in 2021, indicating positive growth in the coming years. Whereas coming to awareness, Playwright is a new web automation testing tool quickly gaining popularity among the developers and testers community. It showcases a rise from 19% in 2020 to 34% in 2021, indicating a positive growth in the coming years. Features of Playwright testing framework. Here are some unique features of the Playwright testing framework. The framework supports cross-browser development on Chromium, WebKit, and Firefox, including Chrome, Edge, Firefox, Opera, and Safari. Cross-platform execution is supported on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. Testing cross-language, including JavaScript, TypeScript, Python, Java, and .NET. Choose the environment that suits you while still covering all areas and formats. Auto-wait smart assertions that retry until an element is found, and test data tracing that keep track of logs and videos easily. Built with modern architecture and no restrictions, the application allows you to interact with multi-page, multi-tab websites like a real user and easily handles frames and browser events. As the Playwright framework is aligned with the modern frame browser's architecture, it doesn't have the in-process test runner limitations. Playwright delivers full test isolation with no overhead. It creates a browser context for each test, which only takes a handful of milliseconds. Playwright supports tags. In Playwright, we can execute our test cases by using tags prefixed with the symbol, example @smoke, @regression, etc. These can be used in the test case names and can execute the selected test cases for those with the command npx playwright test -g and @tag. Example npx playwright test -g @smoke. So this will be useful when we are having hundreds of test cases, out of which only 10 test cases belongs to smoke. Then we can add this tag @smoke in the test case name. And if we have few test cases for regression, we can add @regression. Then only those particular test cases will be executed. Apart from that, all other test cases will be skipped. The interesting fact is Playwright supports visual testing. Playwright also supports visual testing when it comes to UI testing or testing the images. It compares pixel by pixel and gives the results. For instance, if we perform UI testing for the homepage of the site flightaware.com, we get test case flaky or failed for every execution as it compares the UI of the page. And the reason behind the failure is there will be a change in the timeline which is present at the top right corner of the page. As you can see in this image, the highlighted portion 2:36 p.m. EDT, it is showing that current time. So after a minute it becomes 2:37 p.m. EDT, which makes the test case flaky. Advantages of Playwright. The Playwright framework helps you perform cross-browser testing on sophisticated web applications. It provides accurate results and offers excellent test coverage. In addition, it has multiple advantages to automate your web testing. Some of them are as follows. Generate an HTML report to view test execution results in the browser. It contains visual mismatches and test artifacts like screenshots, traces, error logs, and video recordings. Offers support for automated accessibility testing using a third-party plugin. It provides different debugging options like Playwright Inspector, Browser Developer Tools, VS Code Debugger, and Trace Viewer's console logs. It has inbuilt reporters like JSON, JUnit, and HTML reporters. With Playwright, you can also create custom reporters like Alio Report, run parallel test execution locally or on an online Selenium grid. You can also share tests between systems to run multiple tests in parallel. Playwright testing drawbacks. As we are aware of the fact that each and every testing tool will be having one or the other drawbacks, as none of the testing tools can be 100% perfect. Similarly, Playwright also have some drawbacks. Here are some Playwright testing drawbacks. Does not support legacy Microsoft Edge or IE11. A single test function captures screenshots, videos, and failure traces. In other words, if you have a few tests inside a test.describe block function, you will get videos and traces for each one, but not for the entire root test function. This will be uh, I'll be telling you in detail in the upcoming sessions. Playwright uses desktop browsers instead of real devices to emulate mobile devices. Like if you want to emulate mobile device, it won't take. Instead, it will take the desktop browser. It will take the resolution of the mobile device which we have chosen accordingly, and then it will perform the testing on that browser itself with that specific resolution instead of taking the real emulated mobile device. That is also a drawback. Even though Playwright supports API testing, its API request method doesn't support disabling follow redirects. It doesn't support Team City Reporter. You need to write your reporter for CI or CD builds. Execution of test cases in Playwright. We can execute the test cases in two ways. Use the command npx playwright test from the terminal, or two, use the play button. But note, using the play button will not generate the report. This will be told in detail in the upcoming sessions. Practically. Debugging in Playwright. Debugging can be done in two ways. With the normal flow of adding the breakpoints, how we add in Eclipse, IntelliJ, all those things, and debugging via UI of Visual Studio, like go to run, start debugging by using the command npx playwright test-debug. That is the second one. Here the debugger will open and we can execute each step and see for which step what action is happening. We can also verify whether the locators used are correct or not and find the reason for the test case failure. Reporting in Playwright or HTML. It has inbuilt reporters like JSON, JUnit, and HTML reporters. Inbuilt HTML reports can be generated in Playwright with the command npx playwright show report. It generates an HTML report to view latest test execution results in the browser. It contains visual mismatches and test artifacts like screenshots, traces, error logs, and video recordings. It will open in the browser as shown, which gives all the test steps along with screenshots, traces, videos, etc. For example, the default while creating the framework, I got a example.spec.ts file which had a test case called homepage has title and links to intro page. If I run the test case and see the report, and we can see the past test case with a tick mark in green color. If I expand the test case, you can see in details like test steps, which contains before hooks, after hooks, and page.goto with the URL like playwright.dev and all the actions which are performed, and screenshots. Here I have cropped this image in order to fit in this PPT. Reporting in Playwright, that is Allure. With Playwright you can also create custom reporters such as Allure reports. To get Allure report, run the below commands. To clean the Allure results folder, use the command allure generate clean output dot slash allure results, which is present in this PPT. Then run the command this. To execute the test case with the Allure report, use the command this, which is present here. After execution, to generate the Allure report, use the command this. After generation, you need to open the report. After report generation, to open the Allure report, use the command this allure open dot slash allure report. The same test case Allure will generate and it will show in this way, like as I have shown in this image. The test case is same, that is example.spec.js, and it has one test case which is 100% pass coverage. So in the upcoming sessions, I'll be showing you in detail like step-by-step process like how to create the framework from the scratch. So till then, that's it. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.